Hi, good day everyone. My name is Angeline Justa, and today I am going to present the first three parts of social media for development, which is part of our Module 17. And this is going to be my last report for DEVC 206. Social media, in my opinion, is the most common platform that we use for any form of communication nowadays. In one way or another, it helps us in our daily lives. But how can social media influence or be used as a tool to promote community development? That's what we're going to talk about in my report. The first point of social media for development is advancing development through social media. According to Maura O'Neill, social pace has become saturated, and the factors can differ on many types of content that we see online. And she believes that this fact could be a reason for content creators or us, development communicators, to use social media as a space to promote our development programs. There are four subpoints that I want to highlight from Maura O'Neill's article. The first point is the impact of social media. The UN Foundation, alongside the US General Assembly, hosted a social good summit. During the summit, Caleb Tillier, Executive Director of Communications and Public Affairs, tackled a few important points. And these are: first, social media can drive conversations around the globe about important issues. Second, the inherent reach of social media is a benefit for initiatives such as the summit. Fourth, the Social Good Summit impact reached more than 300 cities worldwide. And fourth, any work we do in social media has the potential to reach 1,000-fold the audience we would have reached through traditional communications means. So, what are some examples, or what is the perfect example for this definition? I am going to show you this. This is not actually a campaign, but I wanted to show this as an example of a social media post that has or garnered a greater impact because it was posted on social media. Hello Shane is a content creator. I'm not sure if you know her. She travels across the Philippines to show the Filipinos, and of course the world, some historical sites in our country. And she talks about the people in that specific place, their culture, their traditions, and all that. This specific post is about the Culion Island in Palawan, or what we know as the Island of the Living Dead. This specific post reached 6.1 million people around the globe. And to be honest, I wouldn't have known about Culion Island if not because of Hello Shane. Imagine the impact it has created if it already reached 6.1 million people. The second point that I want to share is the social media for campaign initiatives. Based on Maura's article, Kate Watts, the managing director at Huge, helped facilitated the highly successful Pepsi Refresh campaign, and her campaign resulted to $20 million in grants for beneficial projects. 132 schools and organizations benefited from that campaign, and 40 plus communities received affordable housing and parks, and 21 neighborhood parks revitalized. This result could mean that Social media allows room for more innovative ways of assisting people with few resources. And using social media as a tool can help promote advancements in the field of development. I want to cite an example of a social media campaign that UNCOP Global Walk organizes each year. If we look into UNCOP, they are a non-government organization that is centered in education, community development, and calamity and disaster responses. Their mission is answering the cry of the poor. And the AGW, or the UNCOP Global Walk, that they do every year is one of their ways to collect funding for the initiatives that they are doing. Let's go to the third subpoint. Digital security and in development. In our module, according to Maura, Kathleen Reen, the Vice President for Asia Environment and the New Media Programs at Internews, brought up the important factors of protecting information that resides within digital spaces. And to address this challenge, they've implemented the following solutions. Implement programs and training to ensure digital security in vulnerable societies that face challenges with access to internet. And second, to ensure space access or safe access to the internet for change makers like us, development communicators, by making them aware of the digital tools to stay safe. So it is really important to acknowledge that there are really some security factors that we need to consider when using social media as a platform for our community development advocacies. The third point is the innovative use of social media. Marian Yerkes, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, she's the Senior Civil Society and ICT Advisor at USAID. She highlighted some of the innovations that can be used in our social media efforts, and these are the USAID's innovation in youth capacity and engagement, or what they call as YAs, and the use of video games as a channel to reach the youth, and blending online and offline components for effective youth engagement. We know that social media isn't perfect, right? It has some of its own downsides, but only through trying new approaches to our work and embracing new technologies that we can discover powerful ways to drive more engagement for our community development efforts using the social media platforms that we have today.